Alrighty guys, welcome in. Today, we're going to be talking about the importance of reflection. The importance of taking a minute out of your day to just think about where you are now and how far you've come. A lot of people take reflection for granted. We simply move on with our lives, and even if we keep improving, we don't really take the time to appreciate our own improvements. And last night I was trying to get to sleep and I thought of this idea because I've been very much so engaged in YouTube for the whole past 2 weeks and I've really seen growth. And last night I just had to think, I wonder how insane this would be if I told myself 2 years ago or 2 or 3 years ago whenever I started this thing that this is where I would end up. Because as much as this isn't large, this community that I've built of 50 or so people who will watch my videos consistently. That is my end goal. Always has been, always will be. So I'm there. I've won the YouTube game as much as I've wanted to. But, of course, I will continue making these. But it's just so interesting to reflect. I set myself a goal 3 years ago, and in those 3 years, it's felt so out of reach until I reached it. And I feel like for everything, it's important to reflect. Because everybody has our goals. Our lives all change, whether we like it or not. And it's just so interesting, so amazing to be able to look back and see how far you've come. See how much you've really progressed. And I feel like a lot of people don't do that often enough. They'll do it like once or twice a year. But then never again. And in this world, a lot of people do impressive things. But barely anybody gets the time or takes the time to think about how impressive that thing truly was. Because we take it for granted once we have it, once we reach that goal. We really forget the amount of work that went into it. We forget how much we really wanted it because we have it now. We don't need to want it anymore, but we should want it still because it's what we set out so much time to do. So, why do we do this? Why do we ignore these amazing accomplishments we've made? And that is a question only you can answer yourself. Because everybody has different goals. Everybody's come so far in their lives, but nobody has gone towards the same thing. We've all tried to go, at least slightly, in a different direction than the people who have come before us. We all try to be a bit unique to everybody else. So, we all have different goals as a direct result of that. And that's really good. That's how our entire race came to be so powerful, is we just found things to do and did them. That's how technologies got advanced. But very rarely do we take a second to reflect on those things. And not necessarily even reflecting on just our own lives, but really reflect on how powerful humanity is. Really reflect on how much progress we've come. We went from sticks and rocks to the internet. Like, just think about that. That is insane. Sticks and rocks to here. But we don't reflect on it enough. Because as insane as it is, it's taken for granted. Every day, we waste our lives more and more scrolling away on TikTok or YouTube, and we really take for granted how impressive the human race is. We take for granted how much you can impact the world, how you can really make a difference, and how you have made a difference up to this point in your life. We just sort of forget about it. It fades into the background of our lives, hidden behind the constant complaints, rarely ever to see true light. And this is a little sad, but honestly, the power in reflection is taking things for granted. As much as you can argue either point, it's very much so a fact that you can look at taking things for granted as a powerful thing. As a human thing, almost. We take things for granted, and then whenever we look back on them, they seem so much more impressive. And I guess that's also one of the points I would argue. But still, will always be on the side of we take a lot of things for granted, and we don't reflect enough. We don't look back at the achievements we've made. We don't look back at the experiences we've had, the friendships we've had and lost. Every day was its own unique experience. But only some days get the time to be reflected on. Every life is unique, but only some are remembered. So, that has been this video. Thank you guys all for watching again. This has been really fun past 2 weeks making these videos, really seeing community engagement for the first time in my whole YouTube career. It's been pretty nice. So if you do like this type of content, again, there's a ton more in the playlist. And I like to end every video with a couple questions. Do you feel like we reflect enough? Do you feel like we think enough about the things we've accomplished? Do you feel like this is all impressive? Because I'm pretty sure not everybody feels that way, but most people do. And do you feel like reflection is good in small amounts or better in large amounts? Which one? But thank you guys all for watching again. You can like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys down in the comment section.